look around, see the beauty of His work.
Today we are going to be talking about woman. Woman, who are you loving and what are you doing for love? That's a very interesting topic. And I'm going to just share briefly, because I have great women in the house. I put them on the hot seat already. We are going to be asking questions. The Spirit of God is going to move. We want our hearts to be open. We want us to be real on this platform. We don't play religion here. That is one thing I want to disabuse on this ground. We don't play religion, we play the word. The word, the scriptures. What is the scripture? What is Jesus? Even apart from the scriptures, I always say, what is Jesus himself? The ministry of Jesus, what is he saying about that? Because oftentimes it is, my pastor said, my GO said, my pastor said, and you'll be asking them, did you go into the scripture? What did he say? Yeah, but my pastor said. And I will read a story from the book of John 5. I'll take it from 5. It said, and then cometh he, that is Jesus, to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. If you know the history of the Jews and the Samaritans don't see eye to eye. They hate each other. No Jew man is permitted to speak to a woman if her husband is not present in that woman. No Jew man speaks to a woman in the public, not even the mother, the sister, or the wife. That's how religious they are in their culture. So Christ came to break all of those limitations. Christ was extending grace to her, but she was focused on the law.
Every marriage, every home has its own love language. In some home, it is, let's take this word submission for instance. For some men, submission is my Lord. For some men, submission is that you go to work and bring in money. For some men, in those days they said they went to a man's heart, a man's stomach, it's through the stomach. But I don't think that's how it works anymore. I think the way to a man's heart today is for you to go out there, work and bring in money, and help to raise the children and everything, and then give you peace in the house. But the Lord is telling somebody, stop looking at what is happening on the other side. Focus on your own home.
I have a friend when we newly got married, Mr. Kombo, you know her. If you go to her house on Sunday, at times I like visiting. Sunday I will go sit in her sitting room with the children. Go and call your mommy upstairs. They won't come down. When I now see, I say, Loretta, this is very unusual. How can I visit you with my husband and you refuse to come down? He said, Laura, you don't come to my house on Sunday. I can't take home with my husband. And in the evenings, even if she's with you, she's running home. Oh, let me go and bath. I'm going to wait for my husband. Jenny is coming home. And I picked a few things from that. And if you have a husband that is towards sex and likes it, why don't you walk yourself towards it and ask friends, oh, how do you do it? And she told me a lot of things and I learned from it. So it's a forum that if we want to keep our homes, we need to actually look after ourselves. For the fact that you're a pastor, for the fact that you are spirit-filled, does not mean you should come out looking shabbily and you don't expect that man to look somewhere else.
Privilege. What I want to really ask is, I don't want to ask a question and at the same time answer. Is vibrator godly? And I want to also say that sex in marriage, it depends. For instance, couples that have been married for like 20 years, and it happened that there's a health challenge, maybe with the husband or the wife. and their sex relationship is challenged. And they agreed that for them to still continue to enjoy matrimony, they will use vibrator. And also, in marriage, maybe the man does not like sex, the woman likes sex more. And from what we have been hearing since, we are made to know that we can endure with our relationship with Christ. But what I want to ask is this. There are still some women, they are born, they have this emotional. No matter what we say, there's this thing, this innate thing in them that they still want to express, they still want to enjoy sex with their husband.
Yes.
Which is expected.
Yes.
And how do they cope?
If they are not being satisfied.
If they are not being satisfied, because we know now, because of so many issues that men are going through with the economic recession in Nigeria, many men are out of job now. And sex is the next hobby that,
in fact, that's the last thing.
That is the last thing on their mind. They are not even thinking of sex at all. And a lot of married women are committing adultery through that. Let's be frank.
That is the truth. Yeah.
That is the truth. They are committing adultery with even lesser men. That even if their husband here, the husband will say, what?
Some even with drivers.
With driver, with gardeners. So, what I want to ask is, how do we get ourselves out of these challenges?
That's a very realistic question.
And I can tell you that respect is not in what you say. Respect is in tone of voice. And a man will notice when you speak to him, yes, my Lord. Does that sound respectful? Or have you not said the word Lord?